Hello BCM 325. This is my beta for my podcast, The Next Melody. My idea to iterate my podcast on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube was short-lived, due to myself believing it wasn't necessary. This is thanks to my decision to use Anchor as the main platform. Anchor was a great help distributing my podcast on various platforms such as Google Podcasts, Breaker.audio, Radio Public and Spotify. However, due to the COVID-19 quarantine limiting my ability to involve guests, I was not able to create the podcast aesthetic I wanted, so my schedule changed to fortnightly podcast episodes. To make up for my earlier promise of weekly content, I used my WordPress to continue to talk about future cultures on the off weeks of my podcast. As of recording this beta, the Next Melody podcast currently has 2 episodes and 1 blog post. By the time I submit my final DA, I hope to have 2 more blog posts up and an Anchor episode. I use the BCM Discord to promote my digital artifact to other students. However, my engagement with the public audience was mainly through Twitter, promoting the podcast episodes. I use non-BCM related hashtags to grab audiences outside of the subject, and this seemed to work for the most part. The digital artifact speaks on the future of the music industry. However, the focus has been slowly shifting towards the lecture content. This digital artifact speaks on the future of the music industry. However, the focus will be shifting slowly towards the lecture content. Aaliyah gave me excellent feedback, wondering whether my DA would be more specific towards a certain genre. Naturally, I tend to gravitate towards the genre hip-hop because it's the most popular and it's something I'm passionate about. In the first podcast episode, I spoke about how a genre is created, my focus being on lo-fi hip-hop. We were able to look back at how technology allowed hip-hop producers to create a cleaner sound. However, certain producers kept the scratchy imperfections and branched away from mainstream hip-hop to create the genre. The second episode was on how technology, such as social media, has been an aid for artists to gain more popularity, even if it is not related to their music. Our example for this was the online antics of rapper Tekashi 69. My first blog post was on how AI has been recently flooding the music industry with computer-generated artists in the form of deepfakes, and what this means for artists. My analytics suggest the short podcast episodes seem to be doing great, as the average listener is engaged with 100% of the episode. This encourages me to stay on topic and keep the episodes short and sweet. For the remainder of the DA, I wish to include more academic sources and talk more on lecture content, as this will provide me with more productive content. Thank you for listening, and please check out my podcast if you have a chance. Thank you.